Students, now I'm here again with another assignment of Pedagogy of School subject, that is English. Okay, now this assignment is given on as a first assignment in your syllabus book. So let me just read out the name of the assignment. In this assignment, you have to take few passages from science, social science, maths and maths textbook, and you can choose the standards between 6th to 9th. Okay, and you have to analyze those paragraphs based on the following questions. The questions are: how the different registers of language been introduced? Does the language clearly convey the meaning of the assignment? Does the language clearly convey the meaning of the topic discussed? Is the language learner friendly? Is the language too technical? Does it help in language learning? Okay, now we will see a step-by-step approach towards assignment, and I will be telling how to write the assignment in a proper format. So here, a glance through the steps. You have to include all the steps in your assignment. So first you have to write the objectives, then introduction, then details of the selected textbooks, then meaning of language registers, then subject-wise analysis of the paragraphs, then conclusion, reflection and reference. So we will be seeing these steps in a detail. First is objectives. Remember why we are doing this assignment. What will be its usefulness? Who will get its benefit? So if you answer all my questions, you will definitely get the objectives. Okay, we have to be very specific in writing the objectives. Here are some questions I have put up as: why are you doing this assignment? What all things will be studied under this? Who will get its benefit? How it will help to develop the language? I have given an example as: to study different language registers introduced in the science textbook of standard 9. So you have to be very precise, mention the standard, mention the textbook, mention the topic also. You have to write at least 4 to 5 objectives. Now in introduction, what you will write? Actually, an introduction is a recap to the assignment. You have to mention in little, you have to describe what you have done. Okay, give a recap of your assignment, give little information about the pedagogy of English, give details of the selected textbooks, give a little information about how you have analyzed the textbooks. Now here comes the next step, is details of the textbook. Give the details of the standard which you have selected, mention the selected topic. Now you have to be very specific. You have to choose any one standard. Suppose a student is choosing 8th standard, then he has to take all the 3 subjects of the 8th standard: science, social science and mathematics. Also mention the name of the lesson and name of the topic of which paragraphs you have selected. The meaning of the language registers. Here in this assignment, one concept is very much important, that is language register. Now what do you mean by language registers? Language registers is a definite set of words or a language or a style of language which is used by a certain group or in a certain setting. For example, the language of doctors or the medical language is different. For example, the language of lawyers is different. For example, the language of a manager is different. Same, the language of the teachers is different. Okay. Now, the assignment aims at studying the use of language in different contexts. Give meaning and mention types of language registers. For example, formal language register, informal language register, static language register, dynamic language register, casual language register, etc. Now, subject-wise analysis of the textbook. Take textbooks of social science, science and mathematics. You can choose any one standard from 6th to 9th. Take 2-3 paragraphs of any lesson from the book and highlight the words which are used in the context. You can easily find those words, subject-specific words. Highlight with a highlighter. Paste a colored photocopy of the page of the textbook in your assignment. Analyze the paragraphs on the basis of the questions given in the assignment. An example is given as follows. I have given one example, or you can call it a sample. Here I have taken the science textbook of standard 9 and I have analyzed it as: in this textbook of science, the paragraph which I have selected, I have come across various subject related words. The analysis can be done on the basis of following questions. Question number 1. How the different registers of language been introduced? In this paragraphs, different language registers such as formal and static are used. Does the language clearly convey the meaning of the topic being discussed? Yes, it clearly conveys the meaning in this topic. The cell wall structure and other processes related to it are discussed. The language helps in understanding the concept. Is the language learner friendly? The language is not much learner friendly because many difficult words are being used. Is the language too technical? No, the language is not too technical, but there are so many words which are used in the form of formal register because it's a necessity of the subject or the content. Does it help in language learning? Yes, definitely it helps in language learning, and the language and the vocabulary used in this content will definitely enrich the language of the learners through stimulation of thought process. Okay, now subject-wise analysis of the textbook. In this way, you have to analyze other two textbooks and have to write the analysis separately on separate pages. Now conclusion, reference and reflection, or conclusion, reflection and reference. Conclusion, you write in the conclusion, summarize the assignment in your own words. In reflection, write how was your experience while doing this assignment, what you learned, any changes in your language learning, mention it in detail. In reference, give the reference of your the reference material or the material you have referred in detail. Okay, in this way you have to do the assignment. Remember, the aim of the assignment is the language, developing the language of the students, as well as you must be able to see clearly that in what way the language of the students can be developed. Okay, now this was Professor Shweta Patil. Thank you so much.